Audio consultations. The entanglement with our kind is often bewildering. On one level, the proposition is straightforward. Ascertain the person as a narcissist, impose no contact and stay away from us. The proposition is a simple one, but detection, implementation and maintenance come with a myriad of difficulties. The first is, you're not experts. Why would you be? Second, you're not objective. I am. Thirdly, you are, of course, hampered by the presence of emotional thinking. You're intelligent individuals, that much is clear. But intelligence is no defence to our kind. You have an addiction, and this addiction generates emotional thinking, which causes you to not understand what is happening. When you are caught, very much in the ensnarement or post-escape or post-disengagement, it is only some time later, when you have successfully, through the imposition of a no-contact regime and reduced your emotional thinking, allied with access to my material, that things become a lot clearer. Indeed, it is often the case that you will look back with hindsight and think, who was that person that I became? Why couldn't I grasp it? I get it now. Why couldn't I then? I have helped thousands of people through consultation. I do so as part of the establishment of my legacy and the provision of my unrivaled expertise in bringing clarity to people, equipping them with the right tools, giving them the answers so they understand, and allowing them to achieve freedom. Many of you pose questions on my videos, and I look to answer as many as I possibly can in the limited time that I have available. In some instances, you ask rather detailed questions about your circumstances. In some instances, the questions that you ask are not occasioned by the inclusion of detailed information. I established the audio consultations to remedy this difficulty. The situation you're in has a lot of information and detail. Not only do I need to know this, but it's advantageous for you to be able to talk to somebody who understands this by getting it off your chest. I also have a lot of information to convey to you in return, and therefore, not only do I not have the time to do that in the comments, but also it's not an effective way of helping you. It would be too back and forth and in a fractured way. And therefore, the consultations were established to give you a route to tap into my expertise so that you can speak to me, that you can then give me the detail that I require to then help you in the most effective fashion. I'm also able to ascertain that you understand what I'm explaining to you, that I can tweak my information and advice, put it in a different way to ensure that you understand. And many people have benefited from this approach. If you use the link in the video description, you will see just a handful of testimonials that have been placed about my work, which gives you the reassurance and understanding that my work does indeed work. Should you find yourself in ensnarement, should you find yourself being repeatedly hoovered, should you have repeated questions about why did this happen to me, what is happening now, how do I deal with it, if you've queries about why the individual ensnared you to begin with, why they went off with somebody else, why they treat you in the way that they do, if you want to untangle and pick apart certain behaviours to gain a better understanding, if you want to know how to defend yourself now and in the future against narcissists, then the most appropriate way to do so is to organise an audio consultation with me. I give you 1 full hour for $150 or half an hour for $100. I charge far less than I ought to, given the effectiveness of my material. Indeed, I know of other providers of such services that charge way more than I do and are nowhere near as effective. Repeatedly, I have had clients of mine thank me for setting them free, for in effect saving their lives and livelihoods. It is common for people to say that they have spent thousands on therapy fees and got nowhere, and they had one session with me, and it provided with much needed clarity, a sense of relief, and a way forward. Many people consult with me more than once as they move on their march to freedom, that they want that continued help as they sail across the emotional sea, each time sailing into a safe harbour by perhaps a weekly or 2 weekly session with me. I have a raft of established clients, Many referred to me from psychotherapists, psychologists and psychiatrists, including those individuals themselves who recognize the benefit of what I do. The process is entirely confidential. You don't even have to use your real name. I'm not interested in who you are, but rather in providing you with the accurate and unrivaled information to enable you to solve your problem and for me to establish my legacy even further. It is a win-win. Read the testimonials, and where you have pressing issues appertaining to your involvement with a suspected or confirmed narcissist, make use of this service. I have helped people deal with difficult neighbours. I have a client in upstate New York who is extremely grateful for the assistance I provided to her in dealing with a very difficult neighbour. Her anxiety has disappeared and she feels safe in her own home again. I continue to assist a family in Vermont in dealing with a difficult co-parenting situation with the narcissist. They can't impose total no contact because of the court order saying that there has to be communication. But my frequent involvement on their behalf has enabled them to feel a lot calmer about the situation and also to enable them to run rings around the narcissist because of my assistance. They established that if they'd found my help earlier, they would have saved themselves over $1 million that has been spent on attorney fees and other matters. I have helped a delightful lady in France deal with a situation involving her daughter, which has enabled her to feel like her home is now her own. She felt helpless and was in a very distressed situation, and as a consequence of my audio consultation, my expertise, she was then able to resolve the situation and move forward. I have clients all around the world, and all of these individuals have placed their situation in my expertise. I'm not here to say, there, it'll all be all right. I'm not there to do the hand-holding. I don't do the fluffy stuff. That's not what I am. What I provide you with is the brutal and honest truth of what you're dealing with and how you can deal with it. I want you to win because I must win. And therefore, I provide this service to assist you all. Read the testimonials. If you have any queries, email me about it. And the link provided gives you more information about how the audio consultation works, how to organise it. Invest in yourself. This small amount of money is a significant step forward for you achieving freedom and escaping the clutches of the narcissist. I look forward to consulting with you and helping you. Thank you for listening.